the ritualistic prayer, what I call it, that two-fold classification. One is daily, that you do as your daily practice. Something you do in the morning, something you do in the evening, and something you do at night, at the evening time, midday and then evening. Anyway, so that is done. Then there are also ritual prayers for occasions. The occasions connected with life cycles. They are very clear-cut prayers to the divine forces. So the daily and occasional prayers are there. Then there is another side. Whether it is deeper or higher, I do not know. But I would like to call it the spiritual prayer. Not the ritualistic prayer, but the spiritual prayer, which has no limit of any time or any injunction or any rule or anything. The prayer which connects you to the divine at any time, any place, in any way. So that is a spiritual prayer. And that even goes, both ways. Even there are saints who have said, Mera sumiran hari kare. Why shall I remember and pray to God? Why the God should not pray for me? They go up to that kind of intimate relationship in that prayer mode. Mala japu na kar japu. I do not chant on the beats, neither I count on my finger. I have given up everything. Let my Lord, my beloved, pray for me. Mera Sumiran, let him remember or her remember me. Why it is the onus on me only?
Do Buddhists, when they do pranidhana or malam or prayer, do they address to someone? Yes and no, I think. Yes, because literally they invoke Buddhas, they invoke Bodhisattvas. Buddhas, you know. Buddha, according to Buddhism, especially, in Mahayana Buddhism, there are thousands of Buddhas. Not only the historical Buddha who lived in India, but thousands of Buddhas are there. Enlightened, fully enlightened beings are called Buddhas. So, those who are on the path to Buddha, on a special path, dedicated for attaining Buddhahood, the full enlightenment state, for the sake of all the sentients, they are called Bodhisattvas. So we invoke Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and we also invoke Devas, deities. They are not called, the God, Ishvara, is not used. The deities or devas, they are celestial beings, right? But they are not gods in the sense, They are not God, but they are helpers. They can help us. So we do address Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and Devas, and then express whatever wish we have.
Now the word our means a universal our. It's not the Christian Our Father.
It is the universal, the entire humanity, the creator God. God as one creator creates this entire universe, and so we are somehow linked, we are somehow interconnected, intertwined, interdependent because of this one God, the creator God. We call him our Father. You know that yesterday we went by this car for 20 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, and then we said, where is our car? The sense of belonging comes so soon. As my train arrived, the train I don't even own, but the sense of belonging is so strong in us.
Very good.
So this sense of our is something also to do with relationship, a universal relationship. And so I should be able to, if I'm a good Christian, I should be able to identify myself with anyone in the world. This is our people, these are our people. And so this our Father makes a lot of depth. In heaven, Vaikuntha. Heaven is not a place just right up above, although we sometimes look up to heaven. Heaven is more of a concept, an abstract concept. Wherever goodness is, there heaven is. In 2 days' time, I think I must have heard Swamiji speaking, what the hell am I doing here? The word hell he is using. The hell is not a place where there is a lot of fire. You know, if you have seen the Christian imageries, the devil has 2 horns and a long tail and 2 long teeth, and it's always on fire, jumping. That's not hell. Hell is wherever there are people who are creating life unlivable. That is hell. So, our Father who art in heaven, you are there wherever goodness reigns.
I don't know of another religion that has the concept of prayer, or shall we say the practice of prayer that Judaism does. And I say this because everything I'm about to say now will not make sense unless we understand what prayer is in Judaism. Judaism used to be organized around a temple. We, from very early on, thousands of years, felt only one God, one temple, not many gods, many temples. Therefore, there was only, even though there was some deviation from it, but shall we say the formal position, the theological position was God has his dwelling place on earth corresponding to heaven in one particular locality, which is Jerusalem. This is where God's temple is. And when God's temple is destroyed, through history, it was destroyed twice, once the Babylonians, once the Romans, the most recent one in the year 70 of the Common Era. When God's home, so to speak, or his dwelling place on earth is destroyed, we don't build a new one. We're waiting for a new temple to come from heaven. You know, Hindu once said to me, what's the problem? Temple destroyed, build a new one. No, we don't. We're waiting for God to build it because it has to be his action. Now, with the destruction of the temple comes a whole reconfiguration of the religion, because our religion could have died in the same way that Tibetan religion could have maybe died as a consequence of exile or changes, and Tibetans are learning to figure out how to do new ways in exile and how to continue surviving. In the Jewish tradition, we could have died spiritually with the destruction of the temple. It was the wisdom of our sages in the 1st century to help shape the religion in ways that allowed the Jewish people to survive now for 2,000 years. One of those ways has to do with prayer. And the rabbis invented or instituted something which is unique. A fixed text, fairly long, that every member of the community, in principle women as well as men, has to recite every day, 3 times a day.